they've been life altering and changing for our family. So I'm super excited to share with you guys today. All right, let me share my screen and we will get started. Technical difficulties today. What is the problem? Sorry, hold on one second. Okay. All right, can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
Thumbs up. Okay, awesome. All right, so stress, sleep, and emotions. Let's talk about, I'm going to highlight just some of these core things at every class, just to remind people, especially new people, the three cool things about essential oils. So they're safe to use, they're 100% natural and safe, no side effects, no addictions. They're extract from plants with amazing health benefits. And for doTERRA essential oils, they're certified pure therapeutic grade. So they have their own testing practices and standards. They're run through 54 tests to make sure that they are pure and potent. They're also 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So literally, sometimes you just need 1 or 2 drops to get the job done. They're also very effective. So sometimes they can be more effective than modern approaches to health issues. One of the really cool things that I love about essential oils is that they're able to penetrate the cell membrane. And I do have to speak compliantly in this class because of FDA guidelines and stuff like that. So if you have any questions about anything I'm saying, feel free to post it in the chat box. But one of the cool things is that it penetrates the cellular membrane. So if you have any kind of icky things floating around on the outside of the cell, maybe that's something, if you've got some ear problems or something like that, that would be something you could get an antibiotic for. If you had something where you may have seasonal issues or another kind of seasonal threat or anything, that would be on the inside of the cell. And so there's not a lot of things that can penetrate that cellular membrane, but essential oils, because of their molecular structure, they're able to do that. So that is really, really cool, especially now during this time when we have so many people that are kind of going through some issues with their overall health and wellness. And then the last cool thing is that they're affordable. Sometimes they're even more affordable than traditional medicinal care. Pennies per dose, actually. So if my kid has any kind of ear discomfort or anything like that, a couple drops of lavender, a couple drops of melaleuca on the mastoid bone on the back of the ear, and the problem's normally gone in a day or two, and that is literally like 60 cents a dose. So they're very, very, very affordable. Okay. Oh my goodness. So the 3 ways that you can use essential oils: aromatically is the first way, and that is inhaling it. And we're going to talk about this a lot today in terms of how you can use these 3 applications to manage your stress, sleep, and emotions. But aromatic is the first way. And it can actually have a very positive effect instantaneously. My favorite story is when I used essential oils I was in the midst of having feelings of massive anxiousness. And I was able to just roll some essential oils on my hand and inhale them and breathe them in. And based on the aromatic compounds in that oil, it was able to calm me down very quickly. And it's in a state where I felt very, very, very panicked. So it's almost instantaneous. Aromatic use also helps to cleanse the air and can support your respiratory system. Topically, so this is something that you would apply on your body to give you localized benefits. I also love it for calming, and we're going to talk a lot about this tonight as well. Making sure you're diluting and using the oil safely with fractionated coconut oil. When you dilute, it weighs the oil down so it penetrates into your skin, helps prevent any sensitization, and it helps the oil last longer. And then the last way, and I'm only talking about doTERRA again, please do not not go out to, Walmart after this and start taking oils internally from Walmart. I am specifically only talking about doTERRA essential oils because they are medicinal grade. And most of the oils you will find out there actually say, do not ingest, not for internal use. And a lot of them actually do say, call poison control if ingested. And that's, obviously you do not want to be taking those internally, but ours are medicinal grade. And you are able to take many of them internally. But this is another really good way that we're going to talk about how you can use them to support your body in times of stress. So a couple ways you can use them internally is in water and veggie caps. You can put them under your tongue, or we do have a couple of supplements that already have the oils in them, so you can just take them internally. Okay. I just want to highlight again the 4 pillars of health. I'm not going to go into each thing individually, but tonight the 4 pillars are the foundational, which is nutrition. We are going to talk about that a little bit in this presentation. Resting and managing your stress is a pillar of health. So I'm really excited to talk today about how you can do that, because when any of your pillars are out of whack, right? If you got a tripod and one of the things is off, right? Everything else is out of balance. So when you have 4 pillars and they're all working synergistically and you're doing the best that you can in each area, you've got a nice, stable, healthy body and mind. The next pillar is exercise and managing weight, and then reducing toxic load. And we're going to talk about, there are continuing ed classes for all of these issues, but tonight is the rest and manage stress pillar. Okay, so I'd like for you to take a minute and let's rate ourselves. So on a scale of 1 to 10, it says 0, not at all, but 1 meaning not at all, and 10, it is a really big problem, right? How often are you aware of being stressed in your daily life? So do you think about it a lot? Do you even notice it anymore? I feel like sometimes we're so used to living in the state of craziness that most of the time I love it when people tell me when I talk to them, oh, I'm not stressed, as like the person's head is spinning around. I feel like for so many of us, we are just used to living in this state of distress, right? So think about that. How often are you aware of being stressed? How concerned are you about the quality and quantity of your sleep? And how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? So how often do you feel like, you're either super sad or maybe you're super anxious or whatever it is? So think about those questions for yourself. And then let's talk about your brain for a little bit, right? So your hypothalamus. So it's a tiny control tower in your brain. And when you're stressed, it orders the brain to send out these stress hormones. It's designed to protect you. So this is where I talk about, if you're being chased by a bear, you want those hormones, those stress hormones, to kick in and be like, okay, I need to run from that bear. But when you have that stress hormone for a frequent and prolonged time, it can bring on physical and emotional distress. And so that's when I call you go from, that's in your distress phase, right? So you're no longer being just chased by the bear for a couple minutes, you are constantly being chased by that bear, right? So symptoms of chronic stress are irritability, anxiousness, headaches, trouble sleeping, poor immune function, right? If you're someone that's constantly sick, increased blood pressure, these are all some things that can be symptoms of chronic stress. And then also 70% of problems sleeping are related to psychological issues. So normally 15% environment, 15% medical. So increased cortisol levels, increased cortisol levels means melatonin levels will not be able to rise as they should. Melatonin is the hormone that your body produces it's the sleep hormone basically. So if your cortisol level rises, then you're not producing enough melatonin to support your body. So a lot of times you will not be able to sleep properly. Let's talk about a couple of things that you can use to help with stress and sleep and emotions. Two of the ones on the left, this is a nightly regime that we use. The Serenity soft gels. I love these little puppies. They calm the nervous system, and they are a blend of herbs and oils, and they help promote relaxation and sleep. So I've used them a couple of different ways with my family and with others, and that I have a son that is has an overactive brain, shall we say, and a lot of times he has really a hard time with attention and focus at school. And so I would give him a Serenity soft gel in the morning to help sort of calm his body and mind so he can focus. And then we do the same thing at night because it does promote that relaxation and sleep. So there are other things that we'll do. We
Can't
do
hear
around
you.
that. You can't hear me?
Freezing up.
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You can't. Okay. So someone said they couldn't hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you for answering. So the Serenity soft gels can be used to calm your body in a couple of different scenarios. When you pair that with things that you, what's the word that I want? Rituals or routines that you do. That's the word I want. When you pair that with a routine in your body, that's another way of your body teeing up that it is time for you to go to sleep. So whether that's reading a book at night or taking a bath at night or trying to eat dinner at the same time every night. So all of these things, if you can try to keep a consistent routine, actually does help to tee your body up to say, okay, it's time to go to sleep. All right, the next one is Copaiba soft gels. I love these for so many reasons. And let me just show you what our soft gels look like real quick because they are very, very, very easy to swallow. I don't know if you guys can see, they're tiny, right? So sometimes people don't like taking pills and they're like, oh, they're gonna be too big. Our soft gels, they're all that same size. So Copaiba soft gels are about 3 to 4 drops with olive oil in a soft gel of Copaiba essential oil. So it helps to soothe anxious feelings. It helps to promote homeostasis and rest. So it really is calming again for your mind and body. And aside from the sleep and stress and emotions, Copaiba has a whole other host of health issues as well for immune support, digestive support, and everything else. So it's one of the cool things that I love about oils is that you may take them for one thing and then you get the benefits in 20 other areas. So then there is the adaptive soft gels. These aren't soft gels. These are actually capsules. I don't know why I wrote soft gels, but they look like this. So they're just a tiny little capsule. It's a little bit bigger than the soft gels, but this is a brand new line, and I can't say enough about these adaptive soft gels. So they encourage relaxation and calms and promotes positive feelings. There were human trials that were done with the adaptive line with amazing and stellar results. So it contains, the adaptive specifically is lavender oil, L-theanine, lemon balm, passion flower, German chamomile, and then it has GABA and a couple of other herbs in it. So just actually really, really great to be taking. Some people take these in the morning because it kind of helps them get throughout the day. Some people like to take them at night and actually pair them with a Copaiba or Serenity or both. You can kind of do what you feel like your body feels, what your body appreciates more. And you would normally take one a day. Some people, if they're in a real big state of anxiousness, they would take 2 a day. And mostly, for the most part, 1 a day. And I would say give it a good solid 30 days. For some people, they feel it almost instantaneously. Like my eldest son in college, he couldn't even believe it. He was like, wow, these things actually work. He loves to prove his mother wrong, but this time he was like, okay, these things work. And then for other people, it may take a little while to get into your system and to build into your system. Another one that I love is the Yarrow Palm capsules. So these are called the Cellular Beauty Complex, but they are way more than cellular beauty. They help to support your brain, your body, your skin, but also your emotions. So it has things in there like frankincense, which we're going to talk about, Melissa oil, Yarrow Palm, which is calming and relaxing. So the capsules are just a really, really great addition. So sometimes I use a combination of all four of these, and the same things with my kids. And I kind of mix them up a little bit because you don't want your body to get too used to anything. I see somebody's on chat here. Paula says, I take Adaptive in the morning and Yarrow Palm in the evening. I really like this combo. Yes. All right, let's talk about, okay. So like I was gonna say, this is kind of the, some of the staple ones that I use, and you can mix them up. You can try one, you can try a couple. I have them all, and I kind of, based on my needs, maybe switch it up. Copaiba is a staple, Adaptive's a staple. Yarrow Palm has actually become a staple. Serenity is one that I bring in every now and again, but like for my kids, Serenity is kind of a staple. So it just kind of depends, but there are some really good options here. Let's talk about some of the oils that you can use. I love this one, the hibernation roller, right? So we'll talk about the oils individually. Let's talk about frankincense. So frankincense has so many health benefits, but it also has a lot of amazing emotional benefits as well. It works it's great for cellular support. It is also good for, immune support. And it is one of the ones that penetrates your blood-brain barrier. So anything related to your brain, like stress and sleep and emotions and stuff like that, anxious feelings, anything like that, I make sure I add frankincense. It's just an all-around spectacular oil. Vetiver is a natural tranquilizer. It stops the mind chatter. It can actually help to increase focus. So this is one that I have in my personal blend. And it has a very woody kind of smell. It comes from the root of a very dry, grassy plant. But it has amazing grounding benefits. So I absolutely love vetiver. Bergamot is another one, and I really love bergamot for a couple reasons, because it does calm the body and mind, but because it is a citrusy oil, it is very uplifting as well. So bergamot is a really complex, super cool oil. And I use it in a lot of different ways. It also has a lot of really great immune boosting properties as well. So we're using bergamot a lot in our house for several reasons, because it is uplifting and helps to calm with any kind of stress, but it's also very good for the immune system, and it smells delightful. It is a citrus, so it smells great. And then Roman chamomile I love this oil. So it's calming and relaxing. It helps to sort of clear the mind. It is very balancing. You just need a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of this oil. And sorry, okay, you just need a very small amount of Roman chamomile. So if I have like a 10 ml or something like that, and I've got 10 or 20 drops of everything else, I might add like 2 drops of Roman chamomile. A little bit goes a long way, but this is really nice. 1 drop in the diffuser at night is so nice for calming and relaxation. So vetiver and Roman chamomile, and we'll talk about a few others in a minute here, in the diffuser at night will like knock you out. Okay. So let's talk about the mood matrix here. So this is where I talked about some of the oils can do a lot of different things. And I feel like when we're managing emotions, we've got a balance. Like there's the side where you can be very sad on one side and need uplifting. And then you can be overactive on one side and need calming. So it's, you got to kind of figure out where you fall in this scenario. And there are oils literally to help manage in any one of these areas. So we'll talk about a couple of my favorites right now. I also want to say we can't forget about the emotional component of oil. So every single oil has an emotional component as well. So when I am feeling blue or I feel like I need to pick me up or something like that, I'm going to show you this book. This is a really cool book. This is called Essential Emotions. Hope you guys can see that here, but this is what it looks like. I think you can order it on Amazon or Oil Life. There are lots of places you can get it, but it will literally tell you what the emotional component is for that oil. So let's say, for example, I am going to do Balance. So Balance is the grounding blend. So Balance is grounding, obviously. It's primarily a combination of tree oils and roots. Trees live in the present moment. They're not in a hurry and they're very stable. Balance's soft energy is excellent for calming overactive children who have difficulty settling down. It's especially suited for personalities who seek to escape from life through disconnection or disassociation. These individuals may avoid long-term commitments and work relationships, preferring instead to drift. It reminds individuals to realize their true dreams and desires. And it can go on, but it tells you what is in it. It tells you the negative emotions that's associated with it, the positive properties of it, and the suggested uses. So this is kind of like what the page looks like. So every oil has an emotional component to it, which is really, very cool. All right, so Serenity is the first one that we're going to talk about. When you're in that sort of real anxiousness area, it is calming. It is very relaxing, placating. So it's a blend of several different oils. It's got lavender, it's got a hint of vanilla, it has cedarwood in it. So it's got that nice blend of the florals, but also the wood oils. And as we've talked about before, the wood oils, they are very grounding and very calming and relaxing. And the floral oils as well, they just have different notes, different chemistry. Balance, which we just kind of talked about, is grounding, reassuring, consoling. This is what we use Balance throughout the day, every single day. My children use it, I use it, my husband uses it. It's something that you can easily incorporate throughout your day. And at the very least, putting it on your bottoms of your feet first thing in the morning and last thing at night. So you start the day grounded and you end the day grounded. I always put Balance over my heart and on my pulse points and on the back of my neck every single morning. So that's the side of the calming. Then when we go over to the other side where you may need a little bit of a pick me up, right? So if you're really bummed out and you're not, in a really super happy place, you might need a pick me up. So some of the good oils in that area are Citrus Bliss. Wild orange, I love as well. So they're invigorating, they're stimulating, it's motivating. A lot of the citrus oils are very excitatory and will give you that kind of pick me up. Elevation is another one. It's encouraging, it's cheering, and it will provide you a little pick me up. A few others I want to talk about. So in the calming section here, so over here on the left, some other ones I like are lavender. Obviously calming and relaxing. Peace is a blend, which is very grounding. It almost has kind of a citrusy scent. Anchor is another one that's part of our yoga collection, but you can buy it individually. Anchor we use a lot at night. It does have more of the tree oils, but you can mix a lot of these things too. So remember, when you're mixing things in your diffuser or even for roller balls, mix them up and find a blend that works for you or scents that work for you. Console is another one that's from our emotional aromatherapy. I love Console, very calming and relaxing. Intune and Ylang Ylang. So these are some of the other ones that are really in that sort of calming and the mood matrix. So sort of calming and relaxation part. And then other recommendations for the right side of the screen, right? We've got our Citrus Bliss, our Elevation. Some of the other ones that I love are Motivate. So Motivate is kind of citrusy. Cheer, again, is a nice blend of citrus and floral, but very, very good. Motivate and Cheer together when I need to get stuff done in my office is what I diffuse. I love those two together. Lime is another really good one. And then the mint oils as well. So you've got the wintergreen, peppermint, and spearmint. They're all excitatory. So adding those to your diffuser or in your roller ball or applying them topically is going to be really great. Okay, so some diffuser blend recipes. So I love diffusing essential oils for many reasons. So number one, you get the physical and emotional benefits of essential oils when you are diffusing them, right? So you're going to get, if there are the physical properties of each of these, whether it's immune support or, respiratory support, whatever it is, you're going to get the blend or the benefits of that along with the emotional benefits. So when inhaled, like we talked about, you have that instant effect. You're going to breathe it in, and based on the compounds of that oil, you're going to feel an effect from that oil almost instantaneously. You get the benefits of oils while you sleep. This is like the easiest way to take care of your health, is to diffuse while you sleep. So having a diffuser by your bedside table or at least in your bedroom is a spectacular way, because I find that when you use your oils to help manage stress and sleep and emotions, you're doing it over the course of the night. So there's not really a lot of work involved there. But when you wake up, you also wake up more balanced, more relaxed, less stressed out. And so you're able to start the day more grounded and then end the day more grounded as well. I try to start the diffuser about an hour before we all go to bed so that it's running in our bedrooms about an hour before. Another thing you can also do is, if you really is make a mist, and you can spray that on your pillows before you go to bed of some calming and relaxing oils, and that will help with sleep and emotions as well. And then when you're diffusing combined with other aspects of calming like meditation and mindfulness, taking your supplements, diffusing has massive benefits. It has great benefits as well, but when you combine it with some of the other modalities, the benefits are much higher. And I love diffusing because you can really mix it up and have fun. I always tell people diffusing is not, or oils, it's not like baking. So you can have fun. We all are different. We all have different likes. We all have different body chemistry. So check some of the things out, play around with your oils, have fun, throw them in the diffuser, see what works for you. And, you don't have to necessarily follow a recipe. You can, if it says Citrus Bliss 3 drops, and if you feel like you love Citrus Bliss and you get a benefit from it, you can add more, or less based on your needs. Okay, another thing that we have not yet talked about, we're going to do an entire class on this at the end of our series, but Symphony of the Cells, it's basically a oil protocol that you would do in a certain way. So you apply fractionated coconut oil to the back, neck, and shoulders, apply 2 to 3 drops of each of the following oils all over the back and then the feet, and you rub it in. So this is one of the, it's a spinal technique. It's a collection of massage protocols that have been formulated specifically for physical, emotional, and spiritual balance within the body. So there are different protocols for each body system. And this one that we're talking about today is the Emobic. And that includes, frankincense, neroli, rose, jasmine, a carrier oil, spikenard, melissa, the centering blend, Douglas fir, and spearmint. So it is basically, this is targeted to full-on relaxation benefits and can help create that homeostasis that we're looking for within our body. So if you find that this is not something that we would do every night. I don't do Symphony of the Cells all the time, but I do pull it out when there's sort of a major issue that we may be addressing in our house. So if you are finding that you are, massively and just really not feeling well and your immune system is really run down, you could pull out the immune protocol and do that. If where we're at right now, I mean, everybody is so stressed out. Everyone is having trouble sleeping. Everybody is having trouble concentrating. I talk to people every single day. People are just having trouble coping, and that's children, adults, elderly, people that are working from home, people that are working outside of the home. I feel like where we're at right now, it's affecting everybody. And so this is a really nice thing. If you've got someone that's really, really struggling, this is a really nice benefit that you can add, and it's super easy to do, as you can see. So I would do this probably a couple times a week. You can do it more. It's not going to hurt you if you do it more, but consistency is key. And there are a few that I've done on my children, and it literally will knock them out. Like they'll fall asleep on the table. I'm so sorry. So very relaxing and calming. So that's called Symphony of the Cells, and we're going to do an entire presentation on this at the end of the 8 weeks. One of the other things that we have to talk about is lifelong vitality. It is part of that one foundational thing that it's the foundation is what we eat. So I'm just going to talk quickly about this because I know a lot of you have heard this before, but this is the foundation for health, is what you are eating, what you're putting in your body. If you are not putting good nutrients in your body and you're expecting your body to jump up at 5 o'clock in the morning and perform and get great quality sleep and have wonderful, amazing hormones that are going to get you through all the stress that your body's taking on, that's an unrealistic expectation, right? You have to start with the solid foundation. We talked about those pillars earlier, right? If one is off, then everything else kind of goes off. And this is one pillar that you really, really, really need to stay on. And it's what everything else is built upon. So it's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. You get them all together. It is just food, no fillers, just whole food sources, essential oils as well to help maximize support. And then the omegas are in capsules, which preserves the potency and helps them to last longer. And it's those tiny capsules. So it's doTERRA's #1 selling product, and it also has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So when we talk about in every single area of your life, I will always tell you that the supplementation is necessary. The other thing I will talk about is gut health, because especially for your mind, your brain, there is your gut is known as your second brain. There is a massive correlation between your gut and your brain health. So if your gut is a mess, normally your emotions and your mood and your sleep is a mess as well. So you actually produce more serotonin and dopamine in your GI tract than you do in your brain. So if your gut is out of balance, if you have an overgrowth of yeast or bacteria or anything like that, you will not have the healthy response to stress and emotional feelings that you would if you had a good microbiome. So the Terrazyme and the PB Assist, always ones that we go to. PB Assist is a probiotic. PB Assist Junior is a probiotic for children. I work with a lot of kids and adults that have emotional issue, PTSD, poor sleep habits and stuff like that. And these are some of the ones that are foundational as well. And then the Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme, helps to break down food and assimilate and put it into nutrients, so your body doesn't have to work so hard to do that. Okay. So adaptive, I love to talk about adaptive. So we talked a little bit about the capsule. There are also an oil. There's also an oil as well. It's called the Calming Blend. It's a blend of several different oils. And then we have the Adaptive Touch, which is the one on the left that is in a roller ball that is with fractionated coconut oil, and it's ready to go. And when we talk about roller balls, it is like this. So they're easy to just kind of roll on, and you don't have to do a lot of work to get it on your body. We love the adaptive line. I've talked about it a lot, so I'm not going to go into it a ton, but what I do like is that this really is a comprehensive system. So the adaptive capsules are different than the oil. The capsules, like I've said before, have a combination of different oils and herbs and GABA, and the oil is just essential oils. One of the cool things that doTERRA has recently done is they just came out with this adaptive app, and it's for mind and mood wellness. So the adaptive app, it's a combination of apps, kind of like using Calm or Headspace. So think meditation and mindfulness and biofeedback. doTERRA also partnered with Canary for voice speech recognition, and this technology is really cool. So it can tell you kind of what mood you're in based on the tone of your voice. There's lots of science and research that's been done about it. They recently just rolled this out, so I will have more information to continue to share with you. But I did my app a couple of days ago. I did my voice recognition. And to be honest, the last 3 days we started our detox. Yesterday and especially today, I'm grouchy. I'm just really grouchy. And so the app really picked up on the change in my mood from today since yesterday. So it was really kind of interesting. But it uses technology along with mindful meditations, affirmations. It has a journaling component to it to really help you with your mental health and your mood. So when you use the tools of meditation, mindfulness, and gratitude combined with the essential oils and supplements, you can have a dramatic effect on your mental health and your sleep. What I also think is cool is that you can add this right to your doTERRA account. If you, I have a misspelling there. If you have your account, you can add it right to your account. And if you don't have your own account, you can add this as part of an enrollment order, which is really very interesting. So it is currently, so it's $10 a month or $79 annually for the app. It can be purchased in your back office, like I said, and you can get partial points for it. So if you're on the LRP system, you will be able to get partial points for purchasing this through doTERRA. And then they're currently offering it for the next 90 days for free for anyone suffering from either having the COVID-19 or if you are a healthcare worker or first responder, they're giving it free for the first 90 days. So I thought that was a really great offer as well. So let's talk about your sample wellness box. So when we talk about your LRP, your loyalty rewards orders, this is for current customers. You can add things right to your LRP or your loyalty rewards order and earn points back. So this is a sample wellness box. This is what I like to call it. It's my monthly wellness box. And so we would get the adaptive system. You could add a wild orange or maybe another oil like Balance or Serenity or something that you haven't tried yet, the Copaiba soft gels, and oops, there's Balance. So maybe a Serenity or a Roman chamomile or one of the other oils that we talked about. And so this would allow you, it would be $145. It would count towards 131 product point value. But with this, if you did it before the 15th of the month, you would get the free oil of the month. And every month, doTERRA has a free oil of the month. This month, it's a free clementine with any purchase of 125 PV or higher. Plus, you also get free product credits starting at 10%, earning all the way up to 30% back. So if you're not doing your wellness box, it's something you really need to look into because you're basically getting paid to shop and getting all toxic free, non-toxic products that are going to actually help your health as opposed to harm your health. For those of you who don't have your own account, and I'm trying to look on here to see if we have all wellness advocates on here. I believe that we do. I believe that we do. Okay, so I do not have to go through this, but I'll go through it just really quickly. So for those of you who don't have a doTERRA account, there's 3 ways to purchase. Retail, the most expensive way, I don't sell anyone retail. Wholesale, which most of you have, right? You get your products at the best prices, like a Costco. You pay your Costco fee, and then you get wholesale prices all year long. doTERRA's wholesale price is 25% below retail. Then there's wholesale plus points for free product. And this is the deep savings. So this is on ordering on LRP. So this is a really great way to continue to earn points and get free stuff. For anybody that is not new, and for some of you, you are new, right? What do you get? Let me try to move this here. So what can you expect from us? And some of the things that you can expect from us, we're doing right now. So you should have received a welcome packet. You should have received a personal consultation that is basically tailored to your needs. You get access to our VIP education group, which most of you have. We have community and giveaways, and then ongoing support. So this is ongoing education where we continue to share different ways that you can support your body and mind. And then for those of you that do not have an account, there are many different enrollment options. Feel free to reach out to the person that invited you to this class if you are interested in getting your own doTERRA account. And the adaptive is also counting as an enrollment right now as well, which I think is really cool. You can get the whole adaptive package, including the adaptive app as well for $150. And that includes everything and the app for the entire year. Okay, so, and this is going back to our essential oil education. So if everybody checked in, if you did not check in, please make sure that you check in on this class. Go to the chat section and type your name so we know that you were here, so we can check you off on our punch card. Anyone that attends our 8 essential oil continuing ed classes is going to receive a free portable USB car diffuser, or can be plugged into your computer or anything else. And then a free awesome first aid kit with all doTERRA natural products. So make sure that when you go to chat, you type in your name so we have it in there. All right, I am going to stop share. And answer any questions you may have. Anybody have questions? You guys are all so quiet. All so quiet. You're all so calm and relaxed. Nobody has stress over there. Any questions on how we can, different ways that you can use them? I know one of the things I did not talk about is how to apply the oils if you are having trouble with stress, anxiousness, or sleep issues. I love it on the back of the neck or down the spine or on the bottoms of the feet. Yep, let's see. So Judy asked, are there instructions for how to use the app? Yes, it is all included. When you go and you purchase the app, it literally walks you through step by step.
So Tammy, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Judy. So I'm curious as to, you mentioned about the special for $150 that you get the app for a year and everything else that goes with it. What is everything else that goes with it?
Oh, so the app itself is $79 annually. So the app includes the meditation, the mindfulness, the voice recognition, which in turn is the biofeedback, sorting to help you understand where you're at on a mental scale from day to day, a journaling component to it as well. So if you've ever used like the Calm app or Headspace or Day One journaling, it basically takes several different apps and pulls them all together. I have not seen, like, there's nothing like this on Calm or Headspace where it tells you kind of where you are at in terms of voice recognition. So I think that that's pretty cool. It makes recommendations based on your voice recognition. It makes meditation recommendations. And really, it's not just, when you're managing your mood, your stress and your emotions and your sleep, it's not just one thing that's going to be like, like, oh, one day you're gonna, do a meditation and all of a sudden you're calm. It's most of the time, it's a lot of different things that you got to pull together. It's that whole lifestyle thing that we talk about. So when you use the oils and combine it with this journaling, you could journal on gratitude, you can journal on grief, you can journal on, anything that comes up. But then they have meditation as well. They have not like audio tapes that talk about like grief, or if you're struggling with PTSD or anything like that. There's it basically took many different things and many different apps and kind of put them all together. So that
Wow, that's
150,
amazing.
it's really very cool. And like I said, it just came out, so I've used it for the last 3 days. I've been pretty interested in it, and I'm excited to share it with other people, because I know so many people are struggling right now. And I use several different apps. I use Day One Journal. So I journal. I'm not a paper person. I don't like paper. I just want to like talk about my thoughts and then save it, and then it'll save it. And so it takes several different apps and pulls them all together to give you like a really nice comprehensive overall sort of plan to help manage some of the things that you might be struggling with.
So if that's if you purchase it, then you own it. So then if you're journaling, that's all
Yep.
private information.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are very welcome. And if you have additional questions, because it is so new, you can feel free to reach out to customer service. They may be able to help you. But we're also going to be getting more information because it is so new. We're going to continue to get information. And as I get it, we'll be providing it to you guys as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Tammy.
You're welcome. Okay, nobody else. So apply the oils on the base of your neck. I love the oils over my heart. You can put them on your pulse points if you're struggling with stress, sleep, emotions. I recommend that you put oils, if you find oils that you love that are really very good and you are very calming for you, put them in a roller ball so that you can carry it with you. Nobody wants to open 15 bottles of oil, right? So if you put them in a roller ball and make your own private blend, you can carry this in your car, in your purse. I don't go anywhere without my oils because I was a person that I have PTSD. I have a lot of childhood trauma. I have a lot of anxious feelings. I've got OCD. Like I'm basically could be a complete hot mess. And I used to be a complete hot mess. I used to take a lot of medication. And what I love about the oils is that I can take them with me. So if there is a time when I'm having a major meltdown, I have a tool right here in my car, in my purse that I can pull out that I know is going to help me. And this is really powerful. And it's powerful for adults, but it's especially powerful for our teens and our younger kids as well, because there are not a lot of tools for our younger generation to have stuff that's not very harmful to their mind and to their body to deal with some of the things that they might be feeling. Go ahead, Paula. I got to unmute you.
I unmuted. Thank you. Yes, my daughter, my 13-year-old, she is my reason why I started with doTERRA, and she had separation anxiety, and that rears its head, now and again, and it's been kind of tough now. She doesn't like change, and things are not good, obviously. So Adaptive, I had posted it, but I don't know if everybody saw that. She takes an Adaptive capsule in the morning and then a Yaropalm in the evening. And that child tells me, Mama, have you ordered some more? Because I'm almost out. So she mentions it to me, which when a child does that, it's working because she wants more. So I feel comfortable because it's not a psychotropic drug. I don't want my child on that. So yeah, those cool aspects of the oils, that there's very little to no side effects. It's perfect.
All right. If there's anything that we can do to help you after this class, if you think about something, if you want to know about this book is awesome. So if you're an oil user and you're struggling with emotions and stress and anxiousness, I love this book. Love this book. It tells you why you would be. I specifically think it's cool because I'm drawn to certain oils. So when I read about like why I feel like I need geranium all the time and in my laundry and in my, like I actually put geranium oil in my laundry. Like I'm slightly obsessed with geranium. But when I read about like the emotional aspects of it, then it's very interesting. So this is a really great tool. And I hope you guys found this class to be useful. If you have questions, you know how to reach me. You can always reach out to the person that invited you to this class. And I'm so glad you guys were able to join us tonight. I wish you all much peace and health, especially through this time. And, you know, it's been a rough time for everyone. And if there's anyone that, you know, that could benefit from these oils, I'd love to share. But I feel like especially, yes, Paula, hold on a second. I see you raising your hand. You're
Okay.
like, hello.
Just wanna make sure.
I feel like I am so inclined now to share with everybody because we have tools that can help people. There are some people that are really struggling right now in terms of immunity, in terms of stress and anxiousness. People are homeschooling and trying to work a full-time job in the house at the same time. Like there's so many people struggling right now. So if you know of someone that you think could benefit from these oils, feel free to, you know, share that information with us or share the information with this person, and we'd be happy to sample them or connect with them in any way. Because really, at the end of the day, all we want to do right now is help other people kind of get through where we're at, right? And I think we can all use a little bit of help right now. I know Paula had something to say.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody has posted their names on the chat so that we have an accurate accounting for everyone.
I think we have everyone. And somebody asked, is the book written by doTERRA? It is not written by doTERRA. I think you can get this through, it's called Essential Emotions. And actually, if you Amazon it, I'll hold it up here again so you can see the front of it. And if you can't screenshot that or anything, just reach out to me and I can take a screenshot for you and send it to you.
That's a great book. I love that book.
Yeah, me
And
too.
you cracked me up when you said about the geranium because I'm the same way about rose. I always thought rose, what an old lady smell. And then I smelled doTERRA's rose and I cannot slather enough of that on me. And its emotional piece is unconditional love, which totally makes sense for me.
Yeah.
And I am just, oh my gosh, at bedtime, I love that.
Awesome. Jodine is on it. She says it's $24 on Amazon Prime. Ah, you found it, Linda, too. Nice. Good job. You guys are on it tonight. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining our class. Stay safe, stay well, get some good sleep, and manage your stress. And I appreciate you being on. All right. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Tammy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tammy.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.